Hello everybody, this is Jim Hogeboom, Superintendent of Novato Unified School District, and I'm here with you today to give you an update about our budget situation. So we have a budget deficit here in Novato that we've been running for the last few years, and we have two main reasons why we have this deficit. The first is declining enrollment. We've been losing about 100 kids on average over the last few years, and that's primarily because of lower birth rates. And the second reason is because of state-mandated pension increases to our STRS and PERS programs. So those two reasons are the main features about why we have this budget deficit spending. It means we have to do some budget balancing, which is what I want to talk to you about a little bit. So here are our declining enrollment numbers from the past few years. So you can see, we used to have over 8,000 students. Back in 14-15, we had 7,764. This year we have about 7,424. And next year we're projected to lose about another 100 students. So declining enrollment means we're losing money every year. STRS and PERS increases have also been very difficult for us. This is just the amount that's paid to CalSTRS, which is our teacher retirement plan. Whether it's STRS or PERS, basically individuals pay into that, the state pays into it, and the school district does. As you can see, the teachers in this case have kind of a flat amount that they pay. The state has at a flat amount. It's increased a little bit. The big, huge burden for balancing the budget with our STRS and PERS has been put on the school district. So you can see the percentages down here in 14-15 have gone up dramatically and will go up until 2020. And this actually gives you some more specifics. So we've basically gone from about $4.5 million that we've been paying for STRS and PERS in 2013-14, and in 2021, it's going to go up to about $10,400. So you're looking at about a $6 million increase that's been going on over the last few years. So basically any increase, and we've had a little bit of an increase in funding from the state, has been more than offset by the money we've lost from declining enrollment and the extra $1 million a year we've had to put into the STRS and PERS costs. So as a result of that, you can see that our ending fund balance has gone from about 22% of our overall budget. This year it's down to about 12%, and it's projected to go down even further to about 10%. So we can't just keep deficit spending. We can't just keep spending money that we don't have. So what did we do about that? So a couple years ago, we formed a budget advisory committee. We got about 27 people, all of our key stakeholders, to help us kind of look at the situation and make some recommendations for cuts. We met for 5 months. We looked at all different aspects of the budget. We looked at previous cuts that we had made, and we narrowed some ideas down. And as a result of that, the board adopted $2 million in budget reductions for this year. So that included $1.5 million in program reductions. That was administrators. We lost a school services coordinator. We lost an elementary coordinator. We lost a secretary from upstairs, some other administrative positions. We cut about 6 teacher coaching positions. We've trimmed our professional development, contracted services. We did get about $500,000 in savings from declining enrollment, because if we have fewer students, then obviously we need fewer teachers. So when teachers retire, we don't replace them at the same level. But we were able to avoid teacher and classified layoffs. So what are we doing next? Well, we've identified that we're going to need to make about another $1.5 million in cuts for this next year, 19-20. $500,000 of that will be saved from just declining enrollment and, again, having fewer teachers. But we will use the budget advisory committee work as a basis for looking at other alternatives. I mean, it's usually the same kind of cuts that we need to make that always get identified, and they unfortunately have to do with people. We're people business. About 81% of our budget goes towards people, so that's where the cuts are going to have to come from. We will be soliciting feedback from all of our different key stakeholder groups: our students, our parents, our teachers, our classified staff, and our administrators. We will be giving them a survey, and then we'll take those recommendations to the board in March. So this video is trying to help you get a background. Other districts are in the same situation, a lot of them. You might have seen Tamalpais Union High School District even is having to make cuts. So we're going to distribute this video to give everybody a background about why we're in this situation and what we've done about it. We'll be opening a survey coming up soon on February 1st for everybody to kind of rank priorities of how they would come up with $1.5 million in cuts. I will discuss that when I get all that feedback back from those groups. And then I will make my the survey will close on the 15th, and then I will make my recommendations to the board in March. So we really appreciate your input. There's some hard decisions that have to be made. It's not an easy thing. And again, when we already had to make $2 million in cuts this year, now we're making another $1.5 million. We're trying to keep that away from the classroom as much as we can. We need your help to do that. And we thank you for all that assistance and your input.